Welcome everybody to another video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about Franky and his new power-up. So we've got a couple things to cover here. First off, I want to cover Franky's new power-up. Second, I want to cover how does this fit into what we know about Franky's powers, in the past. Third is how is this power-up going to affect his other inventions? And fourth is what can we, theorize moving forward about his power? So in the latest chapter of One Piece, we got a brand new power-up for Franky called the Super Vega Cola. I've been theorizing for a long time, like, okay, what is Franky's new power-up going to be? I always have been thinking, okay, he's going to swap his cola out for something. Is it going to be the Mother Flame? Is it going to be green blood? Well, it turns out he's going to be keeping his cola moving forward, and we're basically just injecting his cola with a new flavor every single time, or, a new type of energy source. I honestly like this new power up because he's keeping the cola, and the cola is just tied to Franky. It's been tied to Franky since forever. He's been using cola since day one. So it's like, I like cola sticking around, honestly. But this power up is very dependent on this new device called the ODC, which is essentially just like the Rinnegan from Naruto or like the Karma, where it's able to suck in energy and it's able to, transfer it into something or convert it. It's a little bit different to where I don't think it can necessarily like shoot the energy back out, but it's able to inject it into his cola. So as we can see down here, it's able to suck up this heat energy, which is fire in this example, and then put it into the fucking cola. So I think moving forward, this could suck up other types of energy, but he's going to need to incorporate this into his gear somehow. Either he's going to need to keep the ODC on him at all times, or he's going to have to, incorporate it into his body, maybe putting it into his palm so he's able to absorb shit. I don't really know. But this new power up is boosting basically every facet of Franky. He's able to jump high as fuck. His, punching power is on another level from his normal cola. I'm assuming other aspects are boosted as well. We've only seen like a couple panels of him using this shit and it's already crazy, dude. Moving on to Franky's, powers in general, how do they exactly work? So he's always had this like cola fridge in his stomach, and he's always ran on 3 bottles of cola, and he can run out of this cola, apparently. I say apparently because in the post time skip, we have not once seen Franky even mention running out of cola. Running out of cola hasn't been something we've had to worry about since fucking Water 7. I mean, the only time we really ran out of cola or that's mentioned is when like the Sunny is using the Cootie Burst and we run out of cola because of that. Franky himself is not running out of cola, but I think that is going to be brought back because this new cola, there's no way he's able just to, run on this shit infinitely. He's going to have to recharge, and that's why I think he's going to have to keep the ODC on him at all times. It's not going to just be, okay, he's got this Vega Cola, and now he can just use the Vega Cola forever and ever. He's going to have to, he's going to have to reabsorb energy at some point. Another thing I wanted to mention is that this was a plot point, brought up a long time ago, that whatever type of energy he's running on, this changes his personality. So I think in this instance, he was running on like vegetable juice or tea or some shit, and it like calmed him out. So I'm wondering how exactly is this new Vega Cola going to change Franky? And I know that it's still cola, so he's probably going to act the exact same. But if that's the case, I'm going to honestly hate it because I want to see Franky's personality change somewhat. Like, it doesn't have to be like a full transition change because it is still cola, but like maybe he starts acting like Vegapunk a little bit here and there because it's technically Vega Cola. I don't know. I just want that to be I just want that to continue going throughout the series where the power source that's inside of Franky changes how he acts. So I hope that doesn't just disappear. I hope that keeps going forward. But moving on to like, what exactly can Franky do with this power moving forward for his other gear? So we have a couple things that can be powered. Obviously there's Franky, like his other moves, like the Radical Beam is going to get boosted with this new power, but you've got shit like the Sunny, dude. The Sunny is running on, I don't remember how much cola exactly, but the Sunny's got the Goa cannon out the front. It's got the big mouth beam. It's got the Cootie Burst as well. How far is this thing boosting on Vega Cola? How large is this blast out the front of the ship going to be with this new cola? I'm trying to see this shit. This is an ancient weapon potentially at this point. I mean, we know Franky has the blueprint. It's like maybe the Sunny is based on maybe the Sunny is based on Pluton, except it didn't have the right power source to be able to get it to those heights. And maybe with the Vega Cola, it's getting a lot closer. But moving on to his other stuff, he's got the soldier docking system. So this isn't the most up-to-date thing because he has the tank and he has the motorcycle. I don't remember in which slot. Might be the 4th and the 5th slot, but he has all of these soldier docking things. We've got the, the Wave Rider, we've got the Mini Mary. I don't really think those are going to come into play, but we have the submarine, The submarine, with the importance of going under the water at this point in the story, you've got the sub, you've got the his motorcycle, and you've got the tank. And then obviously you've got the Shogun Franky suit, which combines the tank and the motorcycle. What does a Shogun Franky look like with this boosted? You know, I'm just like, dude, the possibilities at this point for these new power-ups. It's like Oda can literally heighten these things to however he wants. He could send the Sunny like 10 miles if he wanted to. He could blast the Sunny from island to island with this new Vega Cola. I mean, you can really get crazy with it. And this is another reason for needing the ODC, I think, at all times. It's like, dude, this other shit is gonna run out of Vega Cola as well. Franky's gonna need to incorporate that into his gear. He's gonna have to be able to recharge. Otherwise, this shit isn't gonna, you're telling me this shit doesn't run out? I think that's ridiculous. And lastly, we've got what exactly can we theorize moving forward with Franky? With all of the theories in the past, I think have been thinking, okay, is Franky going to get Haki? No, I think at this point, considering he got this power up and not Haki power up, I think Oda is trying to, you know, differentiate. He's trying to mix it up. Everyone isn't going to be Haki fighters. We've got Franky keeping his cola power intact, which I love. So what exactly can he boost his cola with? Well, we know he can just absorb energy. At the end of the day, it's just, he's got to absorb energy and it gets inserted into his cola. He's using fire right now. I think you've got the lightning dragon Loki going around. I think lightning is probably, you know, the safest bet for you to pick. I mean, Luffy literally grabbed lightning in the last chapter. You're telling me one of these lightning bolts isn't getting absorbed by Franky at some point? I think that's a given. If you're taking it to the next level, literally last arc in Egghead, we got introduced to the Mother Flame, which is a dumbed down version of the, you know, Undying Flame. I think some version of the Mother Flame getting absorbed into his cola, I think that could be possible moving forward at some point. I don't think it's anytime soon, but you're telling me end of series, when we start getting, you know, around the you know, Blackbeard fight, he's not pulling out a Mother Flame boosted attack or some shit. I'm just like, dude, it's possible. Even the Undying Flame, I don't think we're gonna go that crazy with it to where he's getting like, you know, an infinite power source or something with his cola. But it could definitely be like Mother Flame, you know, level power. I think lastly, the one that I've thought about a little bit is Haki in general. Considering we don't know everything about Haki, you know, Haki should just be energy of some sort. You should be able to extract energy from Haki. And I'm not saying that Franky could use Haki. You're telling me Franky has to fight a God's Knight and we need to give Franky Conquers Haki? Franky can't absorb Luffy's Conquers Haki or some shit and he's able to, you know, get the effects of it through his attacks? You're telling me Oda can't write that shit in? I think that's very plausible, dude. It's like if these guys need Haki and it's like Franky has a route, there is a route to where you could get to him using Haki. Considering we can put Haki inside a fucking rope, you're telling me we can't put Haki inside a cola? At this point, anything is possible in this cola. Considering everything is just made of energy. So it's like, you're telling me we can't put Conqueror's Haki in the cola? I think you're kidding. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say down below. What do you guys think about Franky's power up? What do you think about it moving forward in the future? That's all I got for today. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. See ya.